Nowadays, super SUVs are quite a big trend amongst known supercar manufacturers around the globe. However, they appeared mainstream only in the late 2010s and early 2020s, with companies such as Lamborghini and Ferrari making standalone, well in this case of Lamborghini rebadged Audi SUVs, while companies as Audi, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Porsche and Maserati, and even sometimes Volkswagen, make high-performance versions of casual daily drivers. Let's see what has started this trend. X5LM. This mammoth of an SUV actually houses a McLaren's F1 powertrain, which actually came from BMW themselves. The SUV is almost unchanged in design and is not a standalone model, but the trim of the X5. The machine essentially became a base for the X5M, which appeared in the next generation. But no X5 has ever housed a 6.1-liter V12, which develops over 700 horsepower, propelling to 311 km per hour. It was basically the fastest SUV in the world at that time. 3.8 seconds 0 to 100 time was supplied as well. It had a 6-speed manual gearbox, bucket seats and other sport accommodations in the interior. Maserati Kuban GT Wagon. I'm uncertain why Maserati named this a wagon, but this is clearly a crossover or an SUV. It was built on the base of an Audi A8 because Maserati hoped for a mass production of this model with an Audi collaboration. Audi did not respond. At that time, Maserati was a Ferrari subsidiary. It came with a 3.2-liter V8 from the Maserati 3200 GT, and sometime later Maserati released an MPV called the Buran, but I hope to talk about that later. It will be interesting if this car actually went into production, because it is quite interesting, and the design is enjoyable. Range Rover Stormer concept. Land Rover Range Rover splits into few lines, with one of them being the Sport line. The Sport line has started with this concept, the Range Rover Stormer. It had an actually sport purpose, with a max speed being around 290 km per hour, and it was a short wheelbase one with only 3 doors. The car also had gull-wing doors, but I think that's a bit excessive. Aside from that, the car looks clean and aggressive even today. It had the Jaguar engine, specifically a 4-liter supercharged V8, and it technically went into production just as an other model with some modifications applied, and it sure was a marketing stunt. 2006 offers 2 supercars. The Lotus APX is the first one of them, and it's quite weird because it's actually not very sportish, and instead it was supposed to be a very technologically advanced SUV. That would be sold under the Chinese part of the brand named the Yunman Lotus T5, but it was cancelled. It is quite boring contrary to the cars that I have covered before and will cover, because it has an unamusing 3-liter supercharged V6, and that is pretty much it about it. The next entry in our list is simply amazing in terms of everything. Spyker Pekin to Paris. This is one of the first coupe SUVs released by a low-volume Dutch supercar manufacturer that I absolutely adore, Spyker. It was offered with a 6-liter W12 or a 5-liter Koenigsegg V8. Surprisingly, it did not offer any automatic options, instead it came with a 6-speed manual. Now you can see that the craftsmanship level on this thing is absolutely sublime. Leather aluminum circle rider style entertainment. It will do a 0 to 100 in 5 seconds flat. Quite great for such a machine. It was planned to release multiple times, first in 2012 and then 2014. And eventually it wasn't released. According to the manufacturer, it took well over 100 orders soon after its Geneva reveal. Then Spyker made a lot of financial decisions, like buying F1 teams and doing other unnecessary things, buying Zap, and in the end they didn't make it. And well, you know that the company is currently held by some Dutchman in his own garage. Well, this was quite a short video, but it covered pretty much all of the early super SUVs. Thanks for watching and see you next time.